Good morning, true crime friends. Listen, I know I'm late this morning. I'm not working this week because I'm still on vacation. I have like another week and a half off to just like relax and do what I want to do, which includes sleeping late. I slept till 5 a.m. That kind of never happens. I usually get up between 3 and 4. But anyway, also, tomorrow is my birthday. So I'm very excited. I have to figure out what I want to do, what kind of cake I want, all that stuff. But like, look, all this beauty, I'm turning 53, 52, 53. I'm somewhere in my 50s. I'm like menopause eligible. So that's what I'm waiting for. It's super exciting. Anyway, court. Listen, I've done a deep dive on the Melly case, but that is not what I'm talking about today. Today, we are talking about the state of Wisconsin versus Zenelski. Now, Court TV is calling this the stolen reptile murder case. It is a wacky one, y'all. Buckle up your seatbelts because here we go. So, Mr. Zenelski, who is mostly bald, but trying to overachieve with his hair in other places. So he has, he's all cleaned up for court, right? Like you do. You know, you put on your best suit, you do everything you're supposed to do. But in his regular life, oh, honey, his look. There's a lot of troubling hair in this case. So Zenelski on the internet or whatever and all his personal Facebook, social media has a very long beard and like a coif with a Superman curl right on top. I'm like, oh, what is happening? You got that like Dairy Queen, the DQ curl hair? I'm like, okay. But then when he comes to court, he shaved off the beard. He's all clean shaven. I'm like, and he's in a wheelchair? Are you trying to pull a Harvey Weinstein, sir? What is happening? And his hair, turns out, that little Dairy Queen swirl, he's trying to cover up a bald spot. Very creative, sir. I've seen people try to cover it all different ways. Never in my life have I seen the swirl, but good for you. But for court, I don't know if maybe he shaved it off because he's like, listen, I have to not look crazy when I go before the people. So it's cut real short and it's just like a light feathering of hair, like a little baby bird or something. Anyway, and then the judge, bless his heart. This judge is a good judge. Nice man. Everybody has that nice Wisconsin accent. They seem so friendly. But the judge clearly has a rabbit squirrel on his eye. Do they not make good men's wigs? But here's my supposition. If the wig is good, you can't tell it's a wig. So maybe he got a discount wig, a Groupon wig. I don't know. In my opinion, he went and got a small kitten, possibly a skunk, a squirrel, a fuzzy bunny rabbit, and just plopped it on his head and went on, put his black robe on. It was like, nobody's gonna notice. And all I notice is his hair. Every time I look, I'm like, oh, here's the dude with the hair. And he turns to the side and it's very poofy on top and then child's a hot ass mess. But that's okay. He did very good at the judging, so we're going to let him judge. So what happened was this family is a little nuts. So Mr. Zenelski was married to his wife, April. And okay, he was not the world's best husband. Okay, that was going fine, whatever. And then he takes a second girlfriend. I think her name is Sharon, but I'm not entirely sure. So he gets this little side piece. And okay, that happens sometimes in marriages. It better not happen in my marriage. My husband already know. But he's doing this little side piece thing, and the wife is like, okay, well, I guess I just have to tolerate that. Then he decides that the side piece can just move into the house. Oh, so she just got her own bedroom now? Are we sharing a bed? What is happening? The way he described it and the way she described it, everybody was one big happy family. Listen, I will not, we sex positive over here. I will not shame you for any of your practices. Whatever you want to do, you get to do. None of my business. Although I want to know about it because I'm nosy. But, so he brings this other lady home and the three of them are a throuple, a polyamorous family. Only now the wife is like, well, I really wasn't into it, but what was I going to do? Okay. According to Mr. Zenelski, they was all getting together having a good time. Mr. Zenelski kept exotic animals. Oh, he got up on the stand. He was like, I'm an animal lover. From the time I was a little kid, I love the rabbits and I love the snakes and I love the lizards and I love them all. Okay, same way you love that wife and your girlfriend on the side. Okay, fine, whatever. So Mr. Zenelski did not work. His nice girlfriend there, she did not work. The wife, she worked and supported everybody. Lady, I'm going to need you to get some liberation and stand up and kick those suckers out of your house. But Mr. Zenelski had a plan, because don't these fools always have a plan? His plan was to have his real legal wife work. And then the other lady that he brought into the house, oh, she was on disability. I suspect it might have been like a little mental disability. She looked like she belonged in a nervous hospital, but that ain't none of my business. So she was getting disability from the state, and she just had her check direct deposited into Mr. Zenelski's account. Okay, so you just moved into this man's house, and now you're giving him all your money. He must have the eggplant of life, because I cannot, listen, you're not getting none of my nickels, none of my dimes, none of them. But you not my legal husband, but I'm giving you all my money. Okay. I could see where that would work for Mr. Zenelski and maybe even his wife. I don't see how it would work for this chick who's giving up all her money, but maybe he's giving her something that she didn't have on her own. Now, what she did have on her own was 4 children. Yes, she had 4 children, custody of 0. You got 4 kids from 3 or 4 different relationships, and you don't have custody of none of them? Not one? Not a half a kid? You got some visitation? Can you watch them on TV? Can you see them on a FaceTime? No custody. Okay. What was you? I mean, drugs? What was happening? What was happening, nice lady? Not so nice lady. So Mr. Zenelski is out here doing his reptile and taking care of his monkeys and whatever, while the wife is working. The other lady is cooking, cleaning, laying on the couch. I don't know. So the sister wives were living their happy life, doing whatever. And then Riley comes over to visit his mom. And he's like, oh, look at all these nice reptiles my new sort of stepdaddy has. And so he was like, I think I'm going to need me some of these. And so he and his friend broke into the house and stole like $17,000 worth of reptiles. That's a lot of reptiles. But it was not just reptiles. It was lizards. It was snakes. It was tortoises. It was all kinds of stuff. This is what I need to know. So you steal these very valuable and expensive things. That's not right, but okay, so you stole them. What you gonna do with them? You gonna put them on Craigslist? You gonna get more on the corner? Are you gonna be like them dudes where you just wear like a long trench coat and you flash open your coat? Snake. You know they used to do that with watches and stuff in New York City, right? You walk down the street, they will open their coat. You interested in a watch? Can I interest you in a handbag? You just laying out like a tablecloth on the ground in Times Square. Can I interest you in a tortoise? What? And these things are worth like thousands and thousands of dollars, but he took them. And then Mr. Zenelski was like, oh, I'm so concerned with my animals. What if they get sick? What if they are not kept in the proper environment? I'm going to have to go bust a cap in somebody's behind to get my animals back. Okay. And then he told his girlfriend's other son, because, you know, she got a whole bunch of kids, not custody of one, but she got a bunch of kids. He told his kids, this lady's kids, I'm going to go get whoever got my stuff. I'm going to tase him. I'm going to handcuff him. I'm going to do all these terrible things. And I'm getting my animals back. Was Riley using drugs? Because I could see somebody getting really high on that, like nice crystal meth or whatever, assorted narcotics. Listen, most of these cases deal with narcotics enthusiasts, which, okay, I guess that goes together. Stealing exotic reptiles and narcotics enthusiasm. That seemed like a match made in heaven to me. Because if you bring a turtle to my house, I'm going to be like, are we making soup? What is happening? You better take that back. Go on over to the zoo. Drop that off. Will the zoo buy stuff from you? I don't know how it works. Anyway, so Mr. Zenelski was like, oh me, oh my, I'm going to have to get my things back. And I may resort to using a gun and some handcuffs and a taser, and I might kill whoever took my things. But I'm going to say it in a nice, calm manner so nobody thinks I'm murdering. So a couple nights later, hang on. You know how I do it on Talk My Throat Dry. So a couple nights later, young Riley comes back. Riley, what you doing back over here? Now, the whole family has discussed that we think you stole the exotic animals, right? So we looking at you crazy. He must have been on something. Because then a couple of nights, and he also stole like some guns and some other stuff. A couple nights later, he's like, dee. Hey, Mom, how y'all doing? How you and your sister wife getting along? You still giving him your check? Oh, okay. Good. Nice to see you. And Mr. Zenelski was like, give me my stuff. And Riley was like, well, I don't, So they have a discussion. And so Mr. Zenelski goes to have this discussion with young Riley, and he brings his gun with him, a shotgun. That will encourage some conversation, though not as productive as you might think, especially considering he didn't have the reptiles hanging in a coat with him. He probably had them someplace else. I'm certain they were not stored properly. I don't know how you're supposed to store them, but I guarantee you this narcotics enthusiast, he was doing it wrong. He was absolutely doing it wrong. So Mr. Zenelski goes with the sister wife and it's like, baby, hold this gun on your son while I talk to him. So this woman is now holding a firearm on her child. She has her child at gunpoint while her boyfriend slash sugar daddy, but she making the sugar, I don't even know what you would call him, while this bum is fussing at her son. Well, Riley is like, I'm not giving you your monkeys back, or whatever he had. And so ultimately the mom was like, oh, here, take your gun. And she goes and gets in the car. Okay, so Mr. Zenelski also gets in the car. Then while he's still holding the gun on Riley, at some point, he gets back out of the car to continue to fuss and fight with Riley and shoots him point blank in the chest with a shotgun. Yikes. Sir, did you think that that was going to encourage him to give you your stuff back? Because you know what? If he's dead, he's not going to tell you where the snakes went. Also, where are the snakes now? Who has custody of the snakes? Did they end up at the zoo? I kind of need to know what happened to the animals. Anyway, so the cops come and Mr. Zenelski was like, oh, somebody shot him. Oh, it was me. Oh, maybe I was in a dissociative fugue. I'm devastated. And he's crying and he's hysterical. Oh, you see him on the police body cam video. He is hysterical. Now, according to his defense, he was hysterical because he was like, oh my goodness, me and him got into a fight, a little tussle, and I accidentally shot him in self-defense. Only he was unarmed. Like, okay, he was not armed with a lizard. He was not armed with a turtle. He was not armed with anything but his actual arms. You, sir, had the clear advantage with the shotgun. So the cops were like, yeah, that's a cool story, bro. I'm gonna need you to put on these nice bracelets and sit in the backseat of my car. Don't you worry about it. We're gonna take good care of you. And also, you have the right to remain silent. So they take Riley off to the hospital where he dies from a point blank shotgun wound to the chest. That's a terrible way to go. Oh, I hope he just was gone instantly because God, that's horrible. And so his mom was like, oh, he killed my child. You know, the other kids was like, this is why we didn't want to live with her. You see her judgment, right? She was living with this fool. The sister wife was over here. She ain't have no money. Listen, issues. Everybody in this family got issues. So Mr. Zenelski gets carted off to jail and the mama gets carted off to jail. And so the police are looking around like, where can we find some footage of what happened? Because, you know, everybody has a camera these days. They're like, that neighbor right there, Ring doorbell footage. Listen, Ring doorbell is solved more crimes than them detectives down in Palm Beach. Ring doorbell is on it. Ring doorbell gets everything. So no matter where you go, no matter what you're doing, you better keep your eyes out for a ring if you're thinking about committing a crime. Everything is on tape. So they get the Ring doorbell footage and they see this woman holding a gun on her child, not her stepchild, her blood child that she gave birth to. And for that lovely act, she got 15 years in prison. Well deserved. Mr. Zenelski, on the other hand, he going down for murder, right? He goes to trial and he's like, I'm a lowly animal lover. Sir, judge, that's a nice squirrel you have on your head. That's good. That's good. Is that the gray squirrels that are native to the, I should stop. Okay. No, never mind. We could do animal talk later. Okay. See you later. So, they go through the trial and he describes himself as a mild-mannered whatever. And everybody else gets up there and talks about what a jerk he is. And then they play the Ring doorbell footage and the jury is like, are we going to get lunch? Because we can deliberate until after lunch if you're going to give me a sandwich or a nice salad or something like that. And the judge was like, oh, yes, you get lunch. And so they stayed for 3 hours because, free lunch. And then they came back and they were like, oh, he did it. He did. I'm licking all my fingers. That fried chicken was delicious. Can we go home now? Can you validate my parking? Send his behind to jail. And that is exactly what they did. They sent his behind to jail. I believe that the mandatory sentence is an LWOP. Life without the possibility of parole. So there goes Mr. Zenelski trotting his behind off to jail. And the mother, 15 years in prison that she deserves. Now the wife, I wonder if she's enjoying her freedom or if she's missing this fool. Is she one of these women who's like, I'm going to come and visit you every week? Let that be me. First of all, I wouldn't have found myself in that situation to start with because I'm not that nice. There's some very nice and accommodating women out here. I am not among their numbers. I got standards, and I'm a little bitchy. I'm picky. I demand certain things. I have to have things the way that I want them and need them. But I'm not selfish. I'm gonna make sure you're good too. But me, oh, I'm gonna make sure I'm good. And my children, listen, those are just extensions of me. But my husband and I are of one accord on this. Those babies, I don't care how old they are. One's about to turn 34. He's still my baby. We got a 25-year-old, still my baby. My next one's about to turn 19. All of them, those are my babies. My 15, who's about to be 16, also my baby. Listen, until I'm dead, those are my babies. So I will not be holding guns on anybody. I will be not letting other people beat them, treat them horribly, whatever. We don't roll like that. So, Mr. Zenelski, he's done for. Also, I'm going to need a turtle update. So, I'm going to have to look on the interwebs and see, is there like turtle tracking? Was there a GPS on the turtle? I kind of need to know who has the animals now. In the meantime, please like and subscribe to this channel for more gossip, rumor, and innuendo. I'm getting so much better about reminding people to like and subscribe. Like this video so that other people find us and we can do animal talk and true crime talk and whatever other kind of talk you want. Now, I have to think about what case I'm going to do for my birthday case tomorrow. Tell me in the comments, what do you want to hear more of? And we'll see what we can find. All right, y'all. Have a great, safe day. Bye.